You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Gene. Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's I Wanna Marry Harry After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's I Wanna Marry Harry After Show.
Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot.
Michael Jackson, indeed.
Yeah. Man, he's been gone for 5 years today. But, you know, Michael Jackson, you're still the greatest. King of pop. No one's ever going to be better. But, man, this is the I Want to Marry Harry After Show, and love never felt so good for these contestants, right? It's amazing. We're going to get into it, especially one in particular that is just all over the place. I'm your host, as always, Lem Gonsalvez, and joining me today, as always, the bearded one, Mr. Aaron Molina.
Hello, hello, everybody. Hope you guys are doing all right.
Yeah. We don't have Trace here today. We're going to miss her. She's on the beach somewhere, and we're jealous, but it's all good.
No, I'm not jealous because this is a good episode.
Yeah, right. Well, hey, more time for us, the men, to talk about it. Yeah, so we're going to get into it. Man, this was an interesting episode. There was a lot of twists that went down.
Yeah, definitely.
There was a double elimination, which we'll get into, which was crazy. I mean, it's happened before, but it was just definitely unexpected. I was shocked when I heard about it and when I saw it. And of course, the person that never disappoints and keeps rising on the crazy meter, Miss Kelly.
Oh my gosh,
she's all over the place in this episode. But yeah, let's just jump into it. So I always like to start how the episode starts. So the girls are woken up, you know, something crazy by some military personnel, and they just come in. Did you see this, you know, military official that comes in and he starts waking the girls up and just like, get up, you know, like they're in boot camp or something. I actually was in the military and I went to boot camp, and yeah, it did give me some flashbacks of you know,
memories.
Right, exactly. Like, oh shoot, wake up. 2 o'clock in the morning wake ups. But yeah, they get woken up, and you know, they have to file and put on some military outfits that I'm assuming that are, you know, indigenous to that area. Looks very similar to what we have here in the States. But one particular girl doesn't have to, and that's Megan, because she's sleeping soundly in the Crown Suite. And it starts with Miss Kelly and her haterade. She was drinking a lot of it this episode about her being in the Crown Suite. What did you think about, first of all, them getting woken up like that?
I just thought it was funny. And then I thought kind of for a moment, I was like, Jackie, you're being such a baby. She was like trying to go back to sleep.
Right,
she's laying in the bed.
She was.
And I thought it was also funny that Kelly there was a shot of her just like zipping up her boots. Like I felt like it was like G.I. Jane all of a sudden. Like we were watching like Demi Moore, and she was like, bam, bam, just like getting ready and getting all her gear on.
Right.
And then that for me was that was the episode, like just the first sign of like Kelly is going to be insane this episode.
Yeah.
And she did not prove me wrong.
No, she did not disappoint in the craziness. No. I mean, it's funny because she's trying so very hard.
Oh my gosh.
Like and it's like, I think every single episode she keeps trying harder and harder. And it's like, you know, either he's going to like you or not.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
It's like, I feel like she's just forcing herself upon her and then having these feelings of like, resentment and jealousy that would be indicative of someone who is with that person, not somebody who's trying to win their affection.
You know what? I completely agree with that. Just completely, because I was even thinking about that. I was like, why is she's like acting crazy? But yeah, you're right. She's acting as if she's already with him.
She is.
And like it was funny, like well, I mean, yeah, like as we move further in the episode, but the first thing that she said, I was like, oh my goodness. She was just like, well, why doesn't Megan get to that? And I'm thinking in my head, you know the rules of the game.
Exactly.
She won. She's in the Crown Suite. Like, why are you so upset about it? Like, just get over it.
But I think a lot of that is just, it's towards Megan because she's definitely intimidated by Megan.
Yeah.
I think she knows Megan is pretty. Megan has a great body. She knows Matt Hicks is into her very much so. He's proven that already. And here she is, you know, the little engine that could is like, hey, meet me over here, me, you know,
Yeah.
I'm cute too, and I can do this and I can do that, and I'm gonna go everything. You know what I'm saying? Go
Yeah.
all out for you. And so I think because she's intimidated, that's why she keeps calling her out.
I mean, yeah, but the thing is she was doing all this craziness beside. I mean, I guess she was thinking the end goal because she ends up, you know, winning this little military match.
Exactly.
She was probably thinking like, I'm just gonna get more time with Harry,
Right.
and I was almost thinking like, why do I feel like this prize is not even gonna be like anything big?
Exactly. Well, and then it's like, well, we'll get into it. So, you know, they ship him off to this like kind of military training facility where they have to go through this obstacle course. And of course, you know, it's like at first the girls are like, what is this? And I don't know, I'm a princess. Is this a princess competition? And then it's like, soon as he's like, oh, the winner gets special time with Matt Hicks spa treatment. And they're like, oh, let's go. You know, like Rose is like, I'm ready. Like everybody just turns it on. But they're no match for Kelly. They're
Yeah, oh my gosh.
They're no match for Kelly. She smokes everybody.
She sure did.
She was just,
she even said it. She's like, I'm not looking back. I'm just running. And I was like, oh my gosh.
she had her eye on the prize. She was not. And I mean, I knew it once from jump. Once he said that, I was like, she's going to win. She's
Yeah.
going to win. And it's funny because later on in the episode, when they're, you know, in the spa treatment, getting the massages, and she's like, hey, did you think I was going to? He's like, yeah, I knew you were going to win.
Yeah.
I knew you were going to win. I mean, he knows. You know what I'm saying? She's
Yeah.
this competition. So, and I really think, you know, he's just not into her. And it's funny because, you know, the winner did get the spa treatment or whatever, the special time with Matt. And it's like the whole time she's in the massage, you know, it's not like anything like relaxing or anything. She just keeps busting on Megan.
I know.
The whole time. And I'm like, yo, just enjoy the time that you have with him. But she feels, because again, she's threatened by him, she feels like, okay, I got to put her, you know, in her place. I got to make him not like her so
Yeah.
that he can like me. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? Now that I think, I mean, if we're just kind of breaking it down, we're putting this in real time.
Yeah.
We all know that that never goes well. I mean, I think maybe when someone's in that moment, you know, you're in that jealousy moment, that you just want to just point out all the flaws in another person, but that's not going to win. All it is like you said, wasting what could have been a perfectly good time,
Right.
just quality time instead of just bringing up drama that doesn't even need to be brought up. Like, because you could tell, like you said, it's solely like based on her insecurities.
Right.
Like, that's what it is. Megan is this very beautiful. She is intimidated by her. And so it's easy to tear down Megan instead of say, you know, hey, I'm good too. I'm good enough. I'm gonna be better than that and not have to do a single thing.
Right.
That was my issue with that. With that's when the Kelly thing started beginning, because I was like,
Right.
you're going about this all wrong. Like,
And yeah, no, I totally agree.
Yeah.
And I think, again, you know, and we'll see later on, but I really think it's just, in the long run, I think it's going to turn him off. Maybe it didn't happen initially. You know,
Yeah.
I think that he, you know, was intrigued by what she was saying for the sake of, yeah, he knows he's not around all the time. You know, he wants to kind of know what's really going on behind the scenes. Sure. He's looking supposedly, you know, for somebody that he can fall in love with that's a true individual.
Yeah.
And I think he does think she's genuine. He's even said that, you
Yeah.
know, when it was on his one-on-one time with the camera. He's like, you know, I think she's genuine. So I want to take that for heart. But at the same time, it's like, look, you know, win his affection honorably. If he likes you, he likes you. If he doesn't, he doesn't. And that's just really the end of the story.
you're right. And you don't have to prove anything.
Right.
You can't make somebody like you.
Right.
Is it Adele sang that Bunny Iver song? I can't make you love me. That's what's going on. that's the song Kelly needs to listen
Right.
to.
She needs it back.
And like you were saying, like it was like I felt when Matt Hicks said that little sentence about like, did you think I was gonna win? And it was like super creepy, and she was like
Right.
tilting her head back, kind of
Right.
like a little like it was just a little scary. And then Matt was like, no, I had no doubt.
Yeah.
And it almost seemed like Matt was just like, you're just almost like he wanted to say, you're crazy.
Right.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna
Right.
win.
Exactly.
Like you were gonna just do everything you can to
Exactly.
spend a little bit more time with me.
Exactly.
Which should be charming, but I don't think he delivered that in a charming way. Like, oh yes, like I knew you were gonna win. Like I knew you would be there for me. No, it was like I knew you were gonna
Right.
do this, and I was gonna be sitting here with you.
Exactly.
It seemed so uncomfortable.
Right. And I think it was.
And
I
you
think
could
it
tell
was.
his face even when she was revealing the drama. He was just like,
Right. Okay.
oh,
Thanks
all
for
right.
that. I'm trying to relax.
yeah.
You know, so I mean, that's the game she's playing,
Yeah.
obviously. And like you said, in real time, it never goes well. And, you know, we'll move on and we'll see what happens as a result of that. Speaking of Megan, she gets to play tennis with him. And it's interesting because she's not athletic at all. And she's just, you know, and of course she uses the time like, oh, can you help me? And, you know, he helps her and it's cutesy or whatever. And they're spending the time. And, you know, I really think he digs her. I think he just wants to get to know her on a more of a more than just a surface level, because I think that's where she's at now. And it was interesting too, kind of jumping forward a little bit, when they go to the pub and then he's riding with her, and then the remaining girls are riding separate because she's still technically part in the Crown Suite. They show her trying to talk to him a little bit, and he's kind of taken aback by her. He's like, I'm cool on you right now. She's trying to, share some intimate moments about her family and things she would do at home. She mentioned about having a fake ID and, if I was home and I'd have this, and trying to, kind of, tell me about yourself. And he's just like, oh, that's great. So I think he was thinking about what Kelly had told him.
Yeah, he was.
And so, but at the same time, I think she hasn't really, given herself other than the physical. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because obviously they connect well on the physical.
But see, the thing is I honestly, and that's what I love about television, because you like evolve with these characters. You really start kind of changing your opinion. Now, honestly, today's episode, tonight's like, I seriously felt it. My opinion about Megan evolve and change. When she was doing all that cute stuff and they had the fireworks, I was like, almost like, maybe you're not. Maybe it is a tough outer shell, Like she said, she had that year relationship with that guy. Or, she had just, she hadn't dated since a year ago, and that was the first guy. I was like, all right, she has a guard up. That's what I understand. It's all defense. It's all that. But yeah, I just feel like Kelly took that moment from her. They had such a great date, fireworks. I felt Matt Hicks probably really enjoyed it. He was there with her, and then when Kelly did that little spa thing, she just grabbed that moment and just ripped it up. And honestly. We will talk about it a little bit in the episode, but it's not going to end well for both of them.
Right. No. But, instead of we jumped ahead a little bit, but there was still some chemistry going on between Matt and Megan. Obviously, after they had came back from the boot camp, and they all together, and then it's evening time, and then they're kind of just, chilling in the room or whatever. I do want to make this quote. Rose was talking about, her performance. She said, I have the upper body of strength of a cat. I thought that was hilarious. And she did come in last too. So I was like,
the guy had to help her out. I think he felt bad for her because she was in the tunnel. She's screaming, you didn't know what to do. I feel like she was just spinning around, and I was like, go put some work in there.
Exactly. I thought that was hilarious.
Get your man.
Right. But yeah, so they're on the date. It continues. It's very romantic.
Yeah.
He waits for her. There's this little kind of canopy tent situation going on, and then she meets him out there, and they're kind of just snuggling a little bit, and then all of a sudden these fireworks go off, and it's just like, oh shoot, okay, turn up, let's get it cracking. And I think it's hilarious because going back to Kelly, and the girls even called it because they hear the fireworks, and of course they're right there. They're like, oh shoot, Kelly's gonna be mad, and then all of a sudden it goes to Kelly. She's like, what? There's fireworks?
I know.
Are you serious?
I remember when we talked about it last time, but she did that villainous fist clench, blasts her. I felt like she was seriously the crazy white queen from I don't know, or something. It was just too much.
Yeah.
It was
bad. It was bad.
And when people around you are saying, oh my goodness, this lady's gonna freak out, it's kind of your little match,
Right. Exactly. No, it was. And
then she even said, she's like, I have to tell Matt. It was her duty.
Right.
It was her calling.
Exactly.
She must reveal.
Have to.
Yeah. And oh my goodness.
Yeah, no, she was plotting again, and it's funny because if you look at the sequence, they have she wins the date, wins the time with him, but prior to that, she's Megan's on this amazing date with him, romantic, like I said, with the fireworks, with everything, the tent, she comes back because they were. I don't know what was going on in that tent, but she said he threw her down and started making out. So I was like, okay, but there was a bed in there. There was a bear rug. There was a lot of stuff going on.
Honestly, she got the pretty awesome date out of all. I don't even know. It was her and Karina, I think.
Yeah, that got the really cool dates.
And Megan, I think I prefer Megan just to the fireworks. It was nighttime. It was so beautiful.
No, it was nice. It was nice. So she was just stone cold jealous of her, and like you said, with the whole villainous thing. I'm gonna get you, so she's been plotting because again, I think if it was anybody else, if it wasn't Megan and it was someone else, let's say Karina, that was getting all this attention, she would do that to Karina. And that's where I have the problem because I don't think it's oh, Megan's the evil girl or Megan's the bad girl. Because, yeah, they did jump on her later,
Yeah.
you know, all of them, but they all did it because they all feel her as competition. This is a competition at the end of the day. They know she's tough competition. They know Matt hit like her. And so, you know, and like I said, she's got, you know, the looks for it. So I think they are all intimidated by her. They're just not as vocal and as passionate about it, let's say, or as outward as Kelly is. So that's why I have a problem with Kelly, because I think if it was anybody, you know, other than her, she's going to have a problem with it because she is focused, laser.
I completely agree. I think you're right. Like if it was Karina, you know, she would find some flaw in Karina.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't think there is. Karina's just, she was
amazing.
like, the whole episode, she was just in the back. She has no opinion. It seemed like it.
It's
she was
funny.
just like,
there was no
she was
drama
just
with
sitting
her.
there, just looking beautiful.
Yeah,
just like a little like China doll, just like.
Oh, you guys, go ahead, duke it out.
But
cool.
But yeah, like she would find a flaw. I think she would find a flaw in everybody. It wasn't protective of Matt at all. It was seriously, it was just jealousy. It was fueled by jealousy, which is never something good to be fueled by.
Right.
You know what I mean? It wasn't good intentions at all. She was just trying to get her out.
Yeah, most definitely.
It came across.
Yeah. And like I said, it was, I think it was just, again, it was just building from the date, from her winning the crown suite, you know, to, you know, the playing the tennis, and she didn't have to do anything because, you know, how she hated on her. That was another thing that I thought was just not fair. You know, like, oh, if Megan was out there, you know, she wouldn't get past her boobs. She would talk about her boobs and how she couldn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why are you hating on her?
And why do you keep bringing up her boobs?
Exactly.
I feel like she's more obsessed with her boobs than anybody else. Like even more so than Matt Hicks.
Right. She is. And again, I think it goes to intimidation. It goes to intimidation. So all of this stuff happened, and then that's when she gets the alone time and just slams her.
I know.
And just slams her.
Not.
So, yeah.
It was just not good. It was just not good on her part at all. I don't know why she did that, or and you know what? And I felt so bad because like she's probably even thinking, as much as she probably won't admit it, because I'm pretty sure she's probably thinking like this footage is going to be seen by like Harry, so I can't say anything.
Right.
She got a bootleg date. I mean, I know it was cute, like the whole diner and you know, kind of feel, but I mean. Honestly, if I had to, like even the girl said it, if I had to choose between a hot air balloon ride or fireworks or a crazy, you know, yacht being driven in the, it would not choose a diner.
Of course. But that's her.
And there Kelly goes, all happy about it.
Yeah, it was amazing. It's exactly what I wanted. I don't care about all this romantic stuff.
And I think that's probably why the fireworks just ripped her apart. She's probably as much. She probably didn't say it, but she was probably just like, "Why does she get fireworks?"
Right. Shaking the fist. Right. Exactly. This goes out to it again. No, she's very intimidated by all of that, and that's why she's upset. She wants to get him. She needs to do. She feels like she needs to do extra. That's the bottom line.
And you know what? Like you said, and like we say, you don't need to do extra. Things will just happen naturally.
Exactly.
And that's what I mean. I think she's a clear characteristic of just kind of what to do wrong when you're dating somebody. You just got to let that jealousy go.
Right.
The person wants to go and do something else, then let them. Then you know what I mean.
Right.
But she's trying to cling on to him and keep him there.
She's being clingy without being in the relationship.
Yeah,
that's horrible.
And it can only get worse in a relationship. Right. You got to let the person breathe and let them do the thing. They do their thing. And what makes it true love is that they have that freedom, but they choose not to.
Right.
Choice.
Exactly.
Look at us talking about relationships.
We're the gurus over here.
I know.
Shoot, we don't need anybody else. We got this locked up.
I feel like we're doing like a talk show, like a love and dating talk show right now.
That's it.
The girls as the exhibit, the examples.
Lem and Aaron's talk show coming to AfterBuzz TV.
I know.
Hilarious. Speaking of talk shows,
and the person that can sponsor this talk show, Maria Menounos.
Exactly. It's a great segue.
She has a brand new book, and
she does have a brand new. It's amazing. The Every Girl's Guide to Diet and Fitness. This is flying off the charts. It's on the New York Times list. It's amazing. From the best-selling author of Every Girl's Guide to Life, Maria Menounos. We love her. She is a champion for AfterBuzz TV, also the originator and our boss, basically, in essence. And we support everything that she does. And this is a great endeavor, especially summertime. You need to get it cracking. You know, need to get that. You know what I'm saying?
Perfect
stomach
release.
I'm telling you, man. Need to get your diet right. All that stuff.
I've been looking at tips.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? So you want to check this out? Go to Amazon.com. You can purchase it there. Rate it, give it, 5,000 stars. I don't know how many stars you can get, but 5,000 stars because it's amazing. We want good reviews from it. It's doing well already, and we want to keep the momentum going. All right. So back to Harry and all of his ladies. So it goes into this time now where they all get to go out. They get to kind of, go to a pub. I don't know that they've been out like that before that I can remember. So they did get really excited when they, told them about what they were going to do. And so, again, because as we mentioned before, Megan is still technically in the crown suite, so she gets the special treatment.
Yeah, she gets a little special one. And I mean, just jumping off, and just starting right when all the other girls, they go into that giant red trolley bus, and then they're all there. And then Kelly's like pretty much like, I told Harry, what happened and all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just thinking in my head, like, it's just like that was the second time for me where I was just like, Kelly, you are doing too much. Like, you were doing too much. The other girls were just kind of like, okay. Yeah. Like, she just seems to be rallying them up. Like, I told him exactly what happened and all that stuff. And then, hopefully he knows and everything like that. And then it quickly cuts, like you said, back to the car when there was just them two. And then he's like not into it. He's scared. She
will not stop. She is just getting. She's just relentless.
She is relentless.
She's relentless with it. So not only does she tell Matt, but she's telling all the girls in the on the bus.
And I feel like she got them riled up a little bit.
Oh, she did. She did, most definitely. Because again. And I think in the back of the girls' mind, they would like to get rid of Megan too, because again, she's a threat to all of them. I think at that moment, she was definitely the front runner. At that moment, she was definitely the front runner. They know how she, especially when she came back and talked about that date. I think that was probably the most romantic, physical, whatever you want to talk about of a date so far.
And okay, well, see, and then that's the thing is like, she is the front runner. She's like all like, she's on top. She had a great date and everything like that. But then when we got into the pub, I felt like Kim and Karina and Rose. Well, Rose kind of spoke up a little bit, but Karina, more so, I guess Kim and Karina, they played the game right. They kept their mouths shut, sat back, listened to Kelly out Megan in an awkward situation. That was the most awkward moment. It was super awkward. It was just like
super awkward,
because then she was just like, and like you could tell she's like looking at her food like, because some of us aren't fake because we have big boobs and perfect hair, and I'm like, why
would you say that?
What do big boobs and perfect hair have to do anything with someone being mean?
Exactly.
It has nothing to do with anybody being mean.
And that's why she's hating. That's why it has nothing to do with trying to, save the world or save Matt from this evil person.
Exactly.
It shows where her jealousy was. It shows that she's just jealous of her and what she has to offer. And that's really the end, because why else would you say that?
Yeah. And then
why else would you say that?
And then they cut like a snippet of that, Jackie, then she was like, I'm just saying, and then they both were just like, oh my, like just calm down. I mean, I think Jackie was, she was coming from a point of trying to defend Kelly, because I'm pretty sure it was super awkward where Kelly was just, going on and everybody was like, okay, and then Jackie kind of like, well, I'll just add to it. Yeah, she's right. That's it,
Right.
But it just made for an awkward time. And then on top of everything, thank goodness though, the paparazzi showed up at the window.
Oh, the fake paparazzi.
And they snapped all their photos, and then they were like, oh, we were rushing away and everything like that. But my goodness, like.
And I really, to be honest, like I felt at this moment, I mean, up to this point, I didn't really, because I didn't think there was a need to, but at this particular moment, I did feel bad for Megan, because I didn't think that she deserved that.
To be outed in front of all the girls.
I didn't think it was fair. I think they just took an opportunity because of Kelly. She, like you said, rallied them up. She put the spark under there. She started it off, because I don't think anybody would have started saying anything. But the fact that she started, then I think all the rest of them, oh yeah, I agree with you. Go ahead, girl. Yeah, say that. You know what I'm saying? And so it gave them the confidence to say that, because again, the end result, hopefully for all of them, is like Megan is gone, and then now we can focus on ourselves being the person for Mr. Prince Harry.
Oh my goodness.
So, I mean, you got to do what you got to do in this situation, and especially now that it is getting down the line. I mean, we're at 6 girls now, so everybody's vying. No one wants to get eliminated.
Yeah.
All of them genuinely have feelings for this person at this point, and so I think that, they want to be the person. They want to get to know him. They want to get the royal treatment. They want that. So anything that's going to stand in their way.
Yeah, I know.
So, so they go back, and then it turns into a casino night.
Yeah, they have a little casino night.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. What did you think about that?
The casino night was kind of funny, because I was like, oh, this sounds really, really exciting, like casino night. And then when they got in there, I was just like, man, it's just like a couple girls, like 6 total, 6 girls. And it was just kind of a little awkward. Like, it's just the people standing there. And I'm like, casino, they should have maybe done the casino night, like the first
Right.
episode where it's everybody, it's all like happy and everything like that.
Right.
Yeah, it was just a quiet one. And then Harry starts pulling all the girls, you know, one by one.
I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. I didn't think that was going to happen. Then he was like, "Oh, can I talk to you?" And then he pulled Kim aside, which I loved. I mean, Kim is a great example of what you should do. She just said, you know, what do you think? He basically asked her, "What do you think about the drama?" And she's just like, I just don't. I try to stay out of it, you know. And she said, "I don't personally have a problem with Megan. That's it." You know what I mean? And brilliant. See, Kim is doing the exact opposite of what Kelly, you know, Kelly should be doing what Kim's doing. It's just, it is what it is.
Right.
You either like me or you don't like me, but I'm not going to tear somebody down because of that. They always say that, like, you know, don't we learn that in manners, like elementary school? You never tear somebody else down to make yourself feel better or get yourself to a certain level.
I think Kelly was running track or something. She was an extra PE during that lesson.
Yeah, and then of course, then they get Jackie in there, and Jackie's vocal and everything like that. She kind of tells it how it is. You know, yeah, you know, I don't think, you know, all this, you know, Megan is in who she says she was supposed to be and everything like that. And then of course after you get Megan in there, and I think I'm not gonna remember if it was a casino night or something. Yeah, but when basically Megan at some point made a good point when she was just like, you know, I feel like I shouldn't, like, Kelly should have told this to me on a personal basis, and that's right.
Right.
That's honestly what I seriously was like. You know what, Megan, you know, as much as she's vocal and she's in your face, she won't go behind somebody's back and tell it. You know, Megan could easily bash the other girls on her romantic date, but she didn't do that. She was just in the moment with, you know, with Harry.
What she was supposed to be.
What she was supposed to be. Which Kelly should have done when she was in the spa. It's gonna. Well, I mean, now let's just get into the elimination because I'm just gonna shoot Kelly in the foot later. I know. I mean, we'll see.
It's elimination time after the whole casino and after he talks to everybody, and so Jacqueline and Kimberly are called. So when they were called, were you shocked by that? Did you think like they should have been the ones that called? Did you call it? Like, what was your thoughts?
You know, I didn't want Jacqueline to go home. I didn't, because I just something about her I like. I know that you know, Harry or Matt Hicks and Jacqueline didn't seem like they had a lot of chemistry throughout the season, but I like wanted her to stay. Maybe because I feel like she's always defending somebody. I mean, she was kind of always in the business now that I think about it. Like, she was always, you know, jumping in and all that stuff. But I honestly preferred, I kind of wish Kelly went home.
Oh, I definitely wish Kelly would have went home.
And not because of the prior thing, but it was honestly all based on tonight's episode. Just tonight's episode. It, like, the switch for me just immediately turned off. Because before it was like she was lovable, she was crazy, kind of kooky Kelly.
Right.
But then today it was just like, no, she's like crazy, like jealous Kelly. And oh my goodness, like, it's just too much.
My thinking behind this is the reason why he didn't call Kelly is because, again, this is Matt Hicks, not Prince Harry. And he said it time and time, and we've mentioned it in the show. He said that, you know, he feels like all these girls are not at his level. You know, they're upgrades, basically. So in his mind, if he feels like there is a girl, maybe she's not the one, but if there's a girl that's going that hard to want to be with me and get to know me, you know, with a point where she will, you know, do an obstacle course and beat everybody or go crazy and do all these things to show that how she feels about me, maybe I should take notice of it because no one else is doing that. And in my real life, these girls are going to be doing it. Because the thing is, I think he looks at it as she's probably the only girl that would really want to be with him. You know, again, this is just my, you know, little, you know, counseling. We're you know, since we're doing a talk show. But in my expert opinion, that's the girl that would actually want to be with him for him. Yeah. I think that's what he maybe thinks. I don't know that that's the case because she keeps saying she was the first one to be like, he's Prince Harry, and she was caught up in that. So, but I think that's his thinking. I mean, and that's why she wasn't called, and that's why she wasn't the one to go home. Jacqueline was the one that went home, and I think, just like I agree with you, I don't think there was chemistry there. They really didn't have a lot of one-on-one time. You didn't really see them together. He didn't really seem excited about her. She, on the other flame, didn't really seem excited about him per se.
Yeah, I agree with that too, and I mean the way it was I mean, you know what, I like the way, I didn't want her to go home, but you're right, like, they didn't have a lot of chemistry, it seemed like that, and I think he knew that, but I do love, and it made me love her a little bit, like, just even more, is that when she went, she just she handled it like a lady. She said, trust your gut. Make sure you pick the right girl.
Right.
And I was just like, oh, it seemed like it felt like a movie moment. She was in her dress, you know what I mean? She was sitting on the steps, you know, castles in the background. But I'm glad that she handled herself in that way. She wasn't anything like, why do you kick me or not Megan?
Right.
You know, like she didn't also bring up Megan. Like, why didn't you kick out Megan? You know, it was just like, trust your gut. Handle like a lady.
Right.
Out.
Done.
Yeah.
And
and then it was Megan. And Megan was really confident. You know, she was just pretty much like, you know, I feel like he understands that I'm not going to go home, and he believes me, and maybe he's going to ask me to stay in the master suite with him. At that point, I was like, no, Megan, I think you're going to go home. And of course, she did. I mean, goodness. And then he just delivered the news to her, and she just walked out. And she was a mess afterwards, and I felt really bad when she said, you know, there's just no such thing as a Prince Charming. And she gave up. She gave up on life.
You know, first of all, I was shocked. I was shocked because you know, of course, again, usually they have the two people and then that's it, and then they come back, and then of all people, you know, after she's had this amazing date with him, because basically of what Kelly did, the sabotage or whatever, the hate that she spread, whatever she was drinking. But I think, you know, that was a result of her going home. And I don't think it was fair, because I think there was a moment, and I mentioned this earlier about how she kind of was more surface level. But when they were on that date, she did kind of open up. And
she did.
She talked about, you know, when's the last time we were in a relationship? And she said, you know, it had been, you know, a little over a year ago. And, you know, I haven't really dated, you know, I've dated a little bit, haven't been with someone since.
And even Matt Hicks was saying that, like, I felt like her guard was coming down.
Yeah.
But I just feel like he shouldn't have eliminated her.
No.
I feel like, but maybe he I mean, he clearly believed all the other girls, and it sucks. I think it sucks when somebody else kind of got in the way and kind of just took that moment from Megan, because who knows? Yeah. Maybe, I mean, not maybe saying he could have changed her or something like that, but maybe he would have said, look, honestly, I almost was feeling like he might have just, when he pulled her up, I was kind of hoping that he was going to be like, look, like, I really like you a lot. Right. There's chemistry between us. Check yourself.
Yeah, get your stuff together.
Yeah, get your stuff together. Be not, you know, apologize. That's what I thought was going to happen. But then he was just like, bye. Yeah. Bye, Felicia.
Get up out of here.
Yeah. And I was like, no. Yeah. I didn't like Megan at all. I mean, not like I didn't like her, but she was always like on my bad list. And then now this episode, I felt like she was like a tough person, but for a reason, because she had to be. You know what I mean? Her heart was broken, and she had that tough shell, and she has a big personality. And
I don't know. I was definitely disappointed. I shed a tear in my heart for her, and I don't think it was justified. I think, yeah, sure. Was she perfect? Absolutely not. You know, she was one of the core mean girls at the beginning. She did talk a lot of mess about a lot of the girls. I mean, and she did say she could be, you know, a certain way, and that's kind of how she is. But at the end of the day, my thing is, this man, you're trying to find someone that wants to be with you, regardless how they feel about other girls and if they treat other girls or whatever. That's just how it's going to be when you have, you know, all these women vying for your attention. There's going to be some drama. There's going to be, you know, some tension, and you know, all that's going to happen. So no one's ever going to be kumbaya. We're going to be besties, and you know, while you're trying to fight for the affection of this one individual who you think is royalty. Like, let's keep it real. So my thing is, I would think like, okay, let me survey the situation. Sure, I could have had to sit down with her and been like, hey, I understand how they feel about you. Just try to be nice, or, you know, just give her a little pep talk and be like, and then if she still is whatever, then maybe make a decision then. But just because Kelly is you know, wants you so bad.
Well, I know. And then I also feel like Jackie got a little bit into Matt Hicks' head during the casino night when she basically said, you know, Megan is in for the glitz and the glamour. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think that's what, you know, Matt Hicks probably thought. Like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe that's, if, you know, if she finds out that I'm not Prince Harry, she's going to be over it, you know?
And see, and to me, I mean, yeah, you look at her and kind of how she is or whatever, maybe that's initially the thing, but let's be real. All of these girls think he's Prince Harry, you know, at this point. So they're trying to date royalty. Why would you know what I'm saying? Like, you could say that about Karina, because Karina said that, but she's not the one leaving. You're not letting her go. So, and if anything, I think Kelly is the one that's mostly, because she was the one that was honing in. Oh, it's Prince Harry. Oh, it's Prince Harry. I'm dating Prince Harry. Da, 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 da. She kept up with the Prince Harry the most out of anybody.
Yeah, and you know what? And you're right. I mean, she seems to be the one that's like more in love with Prince Harry than Matt Hicks. I don't know what Matt Hicks would think. He should have said Kelly. I mean, just after the whole shenanigans of what she was doing, like, she just didn't let it up. Like, If she could have, you know what, and it'd even been better if she would have just said it once to Harry, Matt Hicks / Matt, not really, you know, Prince Harry.
Right.
She should have just said it once to him, said her piece, and said, you know what, all right, I got this off my chest. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be so negative, but I just want you to know that decision is now up to you. It's in your hands, whether you choose to believe me or not, you know, or whether you choose to love me because she's all in love and she was ready to marry. I mean, she even said in the trolley too, I'm ready to marry Prince Harry. I want to marry. And I'm like, calm down. Like, it hasn't been that long.
Yeah, you haven't even kissed him really good.
She could have just easily just said her piece and that's it. And that would have been a far more mature and probably better. But no, she kept digging at it until she got her out. And, well, she got what she wanted.
She did get what she wanted. But I think, you know, well, let's just get into it. We're going to now get into predictions.
Yes.
Let's do it.
I almost feel like I can't do my antennas because Tracy's here. Look at.
Oh, I know.
I know. Not at all.
Right. So, getting into predictions, what do you think going forward? I mean, we've talked so much about Kelly and about how she is. What do you think going forward, how that's going to affect her?
She's going to shoot herself in the foot. I don't think she's going to be one of the last girls. I don't know. I would not. I don't think Matt is even interested into her. Yeah, I don't think she's going to be one of the runner-ups. I think pretty much all that craziness is just going to make Matt realize you crazy and you like me too much for just a short amount of time, and that's pretty much it. I don't know if he's going to. I mean, maybe he might eliminate her next episode, but then we saw the big drama of next week is Rose.
Rose, yeah.
Basically saying it's not Prince Harry.
Right.
And so I'm kind of hoping the show, I'm hoping Kelly goes home, but I'm hoping the show just takes a turn for everything just unveils and then it's just the final episodes are just, them maybe vying for Matt Hicks' attention. I don't know. What do you think?
Well,
do you hope Kelly goes home?
I want Kelly to go up at the beginning of the episode. I want the episode to start and be like, guess what? You're going home too.
Wake up, ladies. One of you is going home.
Right.
Kelly, bye.
Kelly, bye. Bye, Felicia. No, I think it's definitely, I agree with you that it's going to hurt her in the long run. I don't know, because now that, her focus is off of Megan because she's not there anymore, she's been eliminated. I'm wondering if she's going to turn her focus on someone else.
Yeah, she's probably going to cut somebody in the shower. You get that scary.
Right. So
she'd have like a knife made out of like a toothbrush or something.
Oh my God, shanking people. Orange is New Black, Prince Harry edition. Yeah,
that's Kelly.
Right, exactly. So I think that it's going to hurt her. I think she's just going to find other. I think she's going to find other faults in some of the other girls.
Yeah.
Because again, I don't think that Megan was just this horrible person. I think she just saw Megan as a threat. So I think now she's going to basically put her attention, whoever else she thinks is a threat to her getting, with Matt, is going to be the person that she's going to put her, attention into.
Which the next person's probably going to be Kim, and I like Kim.
Right.
Stay away from Kim, Kelly.
Leave her alone.
Yeah, because then she's going to be like, well, Kim just got the crown suite again, and I can't.
Right, and this is the face.
I know, and she's gonna be like, she's got the crown suite, and I had a burger for my date.
Right. So I mean, I don't know that she'll be eliminated. I don't think she'll be eliminated next episode. I think probably it's gonna be maybe Rose, just because of her,
the history of the show. Annalisa found out or didn't believe, and they cut her, and now pretty much she's gonna be. I'm pretty sure Rose, before she even gets a chance to say it, she'll be like, girls, listen, and then they're gonna pull her and rush her away.
The fake Secret Service are gonna take her away.
Yeah. And they're just gonna be like, girls, she's crazy.
Right.
She's a lunatic.
Right. And I think too, because looking at the format of the show, I mean, there's only 2 episodes left, and it's gonna get. I believe it's gonna get to 3 girls when he actually reveals who he is.
Yeah.
So there's gonna have to be another elimination. So it would make sense if Rose, give us a sneak peek. But if Rose is saying that, then maybe she's the one that goes, and then it's the rest of the 3 is when he gives the reveal.
Oh Lord.
So,
I don't want to see Kelly at the end. It's going to be a bloodfest.
Well, I kind of want, this is my thing, just because of how she is and how she's so focused, I kind of want her to get to the end so that he can be like, hey, I'm a regular guy. She's going to be like, what? I've been doing all this for nothing?
She will probably have a heart attack.
I think she will.
She would probably clench her chest.
She's going to convulse.
And her hair is just going to turn straight after she she finds a new suit. It's so curly.
Right.
It's going to go straight, and then she's going to have a heart attack.
It's going to be done.
Yeah.
So I want her to get to the end just to get her reaction. Just to get her reaction. Because I know it's going to be crazy.
Out of all the girls, she would probably be the most heartbroken. Out of all.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Hands down. And I think, too, honestly, like if it's one of those situations where, hey, do you still want to be with me? She's going to be like, no, get away from me. I want Prince Harry.
I kind of feel like she might be just so crazy that she might just be like, okay, it's okay.
I don't know.
You lied to me for about all this time.
I think she's going to feel, I think the thing is with her, because of how she's so focused, I think she's going to resent him for lying to her.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, the premise of the show. That's
how could you let me?
Right, exactly. Believe this or whatever. So,
then she's going to say, I loved you.
Exactly.
What about what I need?
The fist.
Yeah, I know the fist. She's gonna sing, and I'm telling you.
Right. I'm not going.
Yeah.
And you and Matt. Yeah, it's
and
gonna
Megan.
Be, right.
Oh gosh.
Hilarious. All right, folks. Well, that's our show for tonight. We want to thank you for tuning in. Man, 2 more episodes left. It's going down. It's getting down to the wire. Who's it gonna be? You don't know, but you got to tune in. You got to come in next week and see what happens. And you know, just put a little cat out the bag. We may have some guests with us, so make sure you tune in and find out if they're going to be here with us. Again, my name is Lem Gonsalvez. You can always find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and that's the Poet Saint all day, every day. Mr. Aaron Molina, how can we find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at AAMO9013, or you can find my music at soundcloud.com/AAMO music. Ammo music.
Yes, Ammo music.
Yeah.
Boom, blow up, son. All right, y'all. We're going to see you next week. Take care. Have a good time.
Yep.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.